Let's be honest. At least once a week while you're stuck in traffic or deleting your 50th useless email, you've probably thought, that's it. I'm quitting everything to go live in the woods like our ancestors. After all, pop culture has convinced us that before jobs were invented, life was just one big 24/7 hippie vacation. No rent, no taxes, just pure relaxation, picking berries and chilling with nature. Spoiler alert, it wasn't exactly a luxury resort. In fact, prehistory was like working for a massive corporation where your only paycheck was not being eaten by sunset, and the regional manager was a 600-pound saber-toothed tiger. Before we find out just how brutal your prehistoric workday would actually be, let's do a quick piece of modern admin. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell. It takes way less time than napping a flint spear, and I promise there are no angry mammoths waiting for you in the comments. Done? Awesome. Let's get back to it. Without a grocery store around the corner, getting lunch was a high-risk project. Hunting wasn't a fun weekend trip. It meant tracking an animal through miles of mud, praying you didn't make a sound, and forget about shooting arrows from a safe, comfortable distance. Most of the time, you had to get so close to a terrified, furious animal that you could literally feel its breath. Basically, every single meal was like a job interview, where the candidate faced a very real risk of being trampled to death. And if you failed, there was no ordering pizza. You went to bed with an empty stomach, knowing that hypothermia was waiting just outside the tent. If you weren't out risking your life for steak, you were back at the camp manufacturing, well, absolutely everything. Imagine having to build every single object you own from scratch. Need a knife. You had to spend 3 hours striking one stone against another with the precision of a surgeon. 1 millimeter off, and the flint shattered, forcing you to start all over again. And clothes? Before the invention of the bone needle, Paleolithic fashion consisted of wrapping yourself in a deer hide that was as stiff as cardboard. To make it wearable and soft, guess what you had to do? You had to chew it. For hours. Yes, really. Somebody's actual job in the tribe was chewing dead animal skins. And you thought your unpaid internship was bad. The worst part of the day started when the sun went down. At night, humans went back to being what they had always been. Weak, clawless prey with terrible night vision. Your only line of defense was fire. Managing the campfire was the most stressful night shift in human history. Someone had to stay awake all night feeding the flames because if the fire went out, the darkness swallowed everything. And trying to restart a fire from scratch in the pitch black, under the freezing rain, without matches. Let's just say the TripAdvisor reviews for that campsite would be terrible. So, when did people actually relax? Those few quiet hours around the fire were dedicated to what we would now call corporate training and passing down knowledge. The elders didn't tell stories just to entertain the kids. They did it to keep them alive. Through myths and songs, they explained which berries to avoid, where to find water during a drought, and how to negotiate with the neighboring tribe. This social network, this ability to share gossip and cooperate, is the exact reason Homo sapiens won the evolutionary battle against Neanderthals. Neanderthals were physically stronger but way less social. Turns out being elf-friendly and networking actually paid off. So how many hours did we work before jobs existed? Anthropologists estimate that actual food gathering only took about 3 to 5 hours a day. That's way less than our modern 8-hour workday. But when you add in tool making, guard duty, chewing shoes, and the constant anxiety of starving to death, prehistory was a 24/7 occupation you couldn't resign from. The next time you look at a flooded email inbox, take a deep breath and comfort yourself with one fact. At least no one is trying to use you as a midnight snack while you reply to a client. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to leave a comment. Would you rather hunt mammoths, or would you rather keep your current boss? See you in the next video.